You've heard of kings and presidents, but who advised them? Who financed their wars? Who shaped their alliances from behind closed doors? Beneath the crowns and above the laws sat a class of elite families, known in historical records as the Black Nobility. This isn't fiction. These names are in Vatican archives, European bank histories, and noble registries. They shaped popes, they lent to empires, and many of them still exist today. This is their story, the factual, hidden history of the families who never stepped down from power. The term Black Nobility, or Nobiltà Nera in Italian, refers to aristocratic families in Italy and Europe who were closely tied to the Vatican and monarchies, especially during the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. The word black here does not refer to skin color. It refers to their loyalty to the Pope and their opposition to democratic reform in the 19th century. After the unification of Italy in 1870, the Papal States were dissolved. Pope Pius IX refused to recognize the new Italian government. The families who remained loyal to the papacy were labeled the Black Nobility. Their loyalty earned them power inside the Vatican, often influencing papal elections and policy. These families didn't just have titles, they had generational wealth, banking connections, and intermarriage ties with royal houses across Europe. Many of the Black Nobility families can be directly traced through historical records and Vatican affiliations. These include Orsini family, one of the most powerful families in Rome, producing 3 popes and dozens of cardinals. Aldobrandini family, allied with the Medici. They produced Pope Clement VIII and were powerful in Florence and Rome. Colonna family, rivals to the Orsini. They were military leaders, cardinals, and patrons of the arts. Borghese family, wealthy bankers who rose under Pope Paul V, amassing enormous influence in Roman politics. Farnese family, produced Pope Paul III and built massive palaces across Rome, including the Villa Farnese. These families weren't just religious figures, they were landowners, military commanders, diplomats, and, most critically, financiers. They bankrolled crusades, funded papal campaigns, and collected taxes. Some of them intermarried with Habsburgs, French, and Spanish nobility, embedding themselves into European geopolitics. So how did they stay powerful after monarchies fell and Italy was unified? Many transitioned from aristocratic roles to economic and legal institutions. They placed descendants in the Vatican Bank, the Order of Malta, and European banking networks. Their wealth was protected through land holdings, trusts, and inheritance law. Some families held dual citizenship, allowing them to remain influential across national lines. To this day, members of these families remain involved in Vatican diplomacy, the Italian government, international NGOs, elite universities, and legal institutions. Unlike modern billionaires, they don't flaunt power, they inherit it quietly. Today, the term Black Nobility isn't used much publicly, but many of the families still exist and maintain historic privileges. Example: the Orsini family still has a legal claim to titles and estates in Italy. The Borghese family continues to own palaces and properties throughout Europe. The Aldobrandini line includes modern politicians and investors operating globally. Several Black Nobility members remain part of the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, a Catholic lay religious order that has diplomatic status in over 100 countries. This order maintains official relations with the UN, the EU, and even the CIA. Despite being technically a religious order, these networks give them enduring soft power. Invisible but effective. Schools teach monarchs, revolutions, and presidents because those are names people vote for, but they rarely teach the families behind those figures because those names didn't disappear. In fact, they often run the legal, banking, and diplomatic frameworks the rest of society depends on. This is not conspiracy. This is recorded aristocratic history, accessible through Vatican archives, European peerage registries, historical banking records, but it's kept obscure, not erased, just not highlighted. The Black Nobility is not a secret society. It's an overlooked class, one that transitioned from royal courts to financial courts, from papal chambers to boardrooms, from noble blood to hidden hands. Their names may not trend on social media, but they're carved into the architecture of Europe and the bylaws of global institutions. And if we want to understand power today, we have to start by learning who never really gave it up.